welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I thought for today we could sit down and do a bit of a get ready with me crossed with a Q&A because I haven't done either in a while. So I asked over on Instagram if you had any questions that you wanted me to answer or anything you wanted me to talk about. So that's what I'm going to be running through today. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's just Miss Trina-Louise. Make sure that you do because that's where I usually ask for questions for Q&As. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm getting ready because we're about to head up to see Adam's mom so that we can have Summer, our new puppy, spend some more time with Max, their dog, because they're going to be looking after her in a couple of weeks. So we want to make sure they get used to each other and feel as comfortable as possible. So I am in a little bit of a rush. It's not even 9 o'clock yet and I'm not a morning person, so I sound a bit croaky. By the end of this video though, I'm going to be transformed, awake and ready, and sweaty though because it's so humid. It's so hot. There's thunderstorms coming today, so it's just so sticky in the air. But before I pin my hair up, I did get it done yesterday. My wonderful hairdresser has freshened me up, ready for my birthday next weekend. But how good does that blend look? I love it. But unfortunately, I need to get it out of my face like right now because it's so freaking humid and I do not do well in humidity. So hot. So yeah, I thought whilst I'm answering the questions, which I'm just going to get up on my phone, I could also, because I need to get ready, show you some of my favourite everyday products, because I've got a little bit into a routine with my makeup where I'm kind of using the same products every day at the moment, which isn't like me. So I thought I'd show you what I've just been using pretty much every day, especially if I'm just going to work. This is the routine I do every day at the moment. So I thought I could just show you some of my favourite products whilst I have a coffee and get ready for us to go up and see Adam's mum. So let me get the questions up so that we can work through them as I do my makeup. Okay, so the first question that I'm going to answer is how am I today? And I'm going to moisturize whilst I do that. I've been using the Henriksen C Rush Brightening Gel Cream. I'll link all the products down in the description, but just know everything I'm using today is an absolute staple and favourite, so half of it is nearly empty. So how am I? I am actually really good. I feel like I'm in a really good place, and I do want to say thank you because it's always so sweet when you guys ask how I am. Like, it means a lot. It's really appreciated. Life is pretty hectic at the moment. There's a lot going on, a lot happening. We obviously have our puppy. Adam and I both started new jobs this year. We've got a lot of social events coming up. We're just quite busy. So it is a bit hectic and it does sometimes feel a little bit overwhelming. Like, I've talked quite a lot before about how I do suffer with sort of extreme overwhelm sometimes. Hopefully this lighting is okay. It was fine until the sun started coming out, but hopefully hopefully you can still see. So I'm trying to balance the fact that we have a lot of all good and exciting stuff going on with the fact that I know that I can get a little bit overwhelmed sometimes, but it's just, there's so much good stuff happening in the next year. Like, 2 of my best friends are getting married. My sister's getting married. I've got hen do's. I'm a bridesmaid for a friend. I'm a maid of honour for my sister. We've got holidays. We've got... Excuse me. That was... Summer barks at her reflection. She's... Ow! No. Missus. Mummy's busy. She's still a little puppy, so she's still doing little puppy things. But yeah, I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury primer. This is the Brightening Youth Glow. I do think though, overall, I'm in a really good place. Just like I said, managing quite a lot of stuff, but all really exciting. But for me, the overwhelm can come even when everything is good. Like, if I have too much happening, even if it's all good, I can still get a bit overwhelmed. So I used a lot of primer then, guys. I do not normally use that much, but it feels nice on my skin when it's so hot. It's so hot. This lighting is annoying me, but I don't have a blind yet in this room, so there's nothing I can do about that, which actually leads me to another question that I was asked, which was, where is it? Because I screenshotted them all. I don't know where, oh, here we go. updated house tour. Someone asked me to do an updated house tour. So I did a series last year because we moved into our house, which is a new build home, and I did like a house tour and I showed you us moving in and unpacking and decorating the rooms. Well, not decorating, like just, you know, putting furniture in the rooms. And we've been here for just over a year and I haven't done any house content in a while. So let me know if you want me to do more house content. It would be so sporadic because most stuff is done, and maybe I could do an updated house tour at some point. But yeah, I don't know, it just kind of came to a natural stop because we had less stuff to do. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see an updated house tour, because I would be really open to doing that. It's just whether you want to see it, because you've kind of seen all the changes happen. So there's not a drastic amount to show you, but I could do it if you want. Okay, oh god, my face is melting. I'm going to move on to foundation, and I have been loving this. It's the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. It gives a beautiful amount of coverage, but it's super light and super glowy, and you need the smallest amount, and I just absolutely love it. I have dry skin, and this looks beautiful, so I'm just going to pop this on. Let me find another question whilst I do my foundation. There's quite a lot of questions about surgery, so I'll bulk them together. I'm just going to see if there's some other questions first before we move on to some of the surgery questions. Oh, how's the pup? Oh my gosh. So Summer, as I mentioned, is our new puppy. She's, I think, 15 weeks now. She's amazing, like absolutely amazing. Changed our life for the better. We absolutely love her. She's so good. She has her moments, as every puppy does, but for a puppy, she's been so well behaved from the get-go. Like, she sleeps through the night. She very rarely has accidents inside. She's never had an accident overnight in her crate. She is getting really good at her recall at the park. Like, we've got her off lead now. We tend to try and go when it's not too busy, just to play it safe. But her recall's good at the park. The only thing we have, which I guess, you know, she's a puppy, is we have what we call the bewitching hours or the twilight hours at night, usually between about 6 and 9:30 at night, where, I don't know, she becomes a different puppy. She finds her teeth, she finds her claws. I mean, I'm covered in like scratches all over my arms, and she likes to try and use you as a chew toy. So we're working on that, but other than that, honestly, she's an absolute dream. We love her so much. She's so floofy and gorgeous, and like, I couldn't imagine our life without her. Like, she's such a part of our family now that it feels like it's just meant to be. Like, I cannot imagine what life would be like without her there. Like, whenever I go away or whether I'm away for the day, I always just look forward to getting home and seeing her. And it's just been so good for us because she makes us get out of the house more, because, you know, if you've got a puppy, she needs walking. So whether you want to go to the park or not, you kind of have to. So she's been really good for us in that sense, getting us out. We've been taking her to the pub, taking her to see friends, taking her on walks, and yeah, she's just absolutely adorable. So you'll keep seeing her here and there. Like, she likes to feature in videos every now and again. She likes to make her presence known. But yeah, we absolutely adore her. Concealer, I nearly forgot to tell you, NARS. It's expensive, but it's so good. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I just love it. I'm struggling massively with my eyes at the moment. I have eczema on my eyes, and it's flaring up every 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm just being careful with what I put on my eyes. I'm not using a lot of eyeshadow at the moment. Just trying to, I don't know, they just get dry and they get watery, and there's no point using eyeshadow because it just, I mean, other than, I do have a solution which I'll show you in a moment. They're just irritated and dry and watery, and when I have a flare up, so I'm just, you know, putting less on them. I'm not having a flare up at the moment, thank goodness. But they have been coming sort of thick and fast every couple of weeks. So yeah, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer does work wonders for my eyes. They are always a bit dry now with the eczema, and I do have quite deep set wrinkles. So I found that at the moment, this is my favourite concealer, and I try and not put too much on just a little bit and then blend it in. So next question. Layla asked, what do I want for my birthday? Sorry Layla, I will text you. Layla is my little sister in case you didn't know, and I obviously haven't helped her figure out what I want for my birthday, which is next weekend. I'm gonna be 30, oh my gosh, and I think I'm gonna try and do a little birthday vlog so that I can somewhat bring you along. Not too much because like I've got quite a lot of friends coming and most of them on social media, but I will try and take you along a little bit if I can. What's your favourite holiday destination been and where would you like to go? So my favourite holiday, there's two. My two favourite holidays that we've been on. One was when we went travelling around Vietnam a couple of years back. That was the first time and the only time actually that I've done, you know, the whole get your backpack and go traveling and stay in hostels and meet people and travel with them thing, and it was just amazing. I loved it so much, and we are going to be doing that again across Thailand at some point. The date keeps changing for various reasons, but it's planned and it's happening at some point. And the other holiday would be when we went to Barbados a couple of years back, just before the pandemic actually, with Adam's family. I've been to the Caribbean twice now and I just love it. Like for me, beachy island vibes are just what a holiday is about, and we spent the whole time drinking rum on the beach. Everyone was so lovely and kind to us and I just had the best time. So I would say that they are my favourite holidays that we've been on. For powder, I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Pound Cake. Now, as I said, I have dry skin, so I don't powder my face. I only powder under my eyes and my these lines. Are these smile lines? I thought these, whatever these are, just to set my foundation. But other than that, my foundation sets itself and I just don't need powder because of my dry skin. So I only use just a little bit under the eye. In terms of where I want to go, we definitely want to do the trip to Thailand that we've been planning for years. I would love to go to Greece. I've never been to any of the Greek islands, so I'd really love to do that. I also have started to really want to do a little trip around Italy, like spending a couple of weeks traveling around Italy. I think that would be so fun. We may actually be going on a very unplanned, sporadic holiday in September. There's just a few things in the works that we need to see if everything comes together, which we'll hopefully know in the next week. So I can probably update you in my birthday vlog actually to let you know if things are happening or not. And if it does, I will obviously be vlogging it because, as I've said before, travel vlogs are some of my favourite videos to watch and make. So I will definitely be doing that. Someone asked if I am creative in any way. I would say I am. I actually did a degree in performance. Like I've always, when I was younger, was in plays and musicals. We did We Will Rock You at high school and I was Killer Queen. So yeah, I would say I'm creative. I used to write songs at uni, like me and my guitar being a sad girl, like, oh, nobody loves me. Just a really whiny singer-songwriter, which was so much fun. And yeah, I used to play gigs and stuff, but in recent years my creativity has probably been channeled through YouTube, because I do think you have to be really creative to do YouTube, because you have to come up with the video concepts and then create them, you have to edit them, you have to make your thumbnails. So I do think that YouTube is an extremely creative process. Sorry, I think I've got powder in my eye. But I think that's where my creativity's been channeled recently. I don't play music like I used to. I wish I did. I've got my guitar and my keyboard and everything in the garage, and I should do. It would be nice one day to revive that side of me, but I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of other priorities in life at the moment. But yeah, I would say I'm quite a creative person. Big part of my life, always has been, especially music. We love music so much. So yeah, for bronzer and actually highlighter, I'm using the FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow. I have really got something in my eye. Hang on a minute. We're going to work through it because I've got 40 minutes till we need to leave. So yeah, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow for both bronzer and highlight. And it's well loved. It's well used. I love this bronzer so much. This is my everyday bronzer alongside, I actually do alternate between two. The other bronzer that I use pretty much every day is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, and again you can see so well loved, but more recently I've been leaning towards this one. Oh my god, I'm so hot. I'm so hot. Oh, it's so sticky. Yeah, let me find another question whilst I try and get rid of all this heat. So let's jump into some of the questions about surgery. If you are new here, I had gastric bypass weight loss surgery almost 10 months ago now, and I've been documenting that whole journey here on YouTube. So understandably so, a lot of the questions are related to my surgery. So this was one of the questions. Have you noticed now that you're in a smaller body that the society/random members of public treat you differently? If so, do you think that's down to fat phobia or because you're happier in yourself, so you're attracting different energies? Not that I'm implying that you're happier in a bigger body, by the way. So I don't personally think I have experienced people treating me differently at this stage, and the reason being is that I am still, in the, you know, like grand scheme of things, a relatively big girl. I'm still a size 22. I'm still like over 250 pounds, and my body shape hasn't changed. Like, yes, I've lost weight and you can see I've got smaller, but my body composition hasn't changed. I'm still carrying a lot of weight around my tummy that makes me a very obviously plus size woman. If it was someone that was going to look at me before and treat me differently because I was overweight, I still think they would do that because I'm still a very obviously overweight woman. So I don't think that I have experienced, or I haven't noticed, people treating me different as of yet. So I can't really say yay or nay. I do know from other people's experience that it does happen. You do start getting treated differently when you lose weight, because a lot of society is unfortunately quite fat phobic. Like, it is, I don't know, it is a thing. But I do also think there is something to be said with sometimes when people lose weight, they do start to project more confidence, and so that might invite a different response from people. But I've always been quite confident. Well, no, not always. In the past couple of years, I've been quite confident. I'm putting on, I don't even know how much bronzer. I think that's probably enough. So I don't know. I feel like that was another question I had. Has my, like, what was the exact question? Has my confidence increased? Yeah, this was it. How has losing weight impacted your mental health, self-image? Would you say you've developed more self-love or confidence since? Sorry if it's too personal. It's not too personal. Like, I invited the question, so don't worry about that. Thank you for asking. I don't think my confidence level has changed personally. But saying that, I've had so many comments from you guys saying that you think it has. But I wonder if it's just that my energy level has increased and so I'm coming across more confident. Like, I don't necessarily at this stage feel drastically different. My eye is doing my head in. What is going on? Ugh. I really don't need a flare up to come, but I think it's that I must have got some powder in and it's like gone super dry. I don't think personally that my confidence levels have drastically changed as of yet. They might do, I don't know, because I worked so much on my confidence over the past couple of years with YouTube that I feel like I was more confident than I've ever been in my entire life. So it will be interesting to see if I do become more confident, but I don't think that that's something that has happened as of yet. And yeah, like I said, I haven't noticed people treating me differently, but we'll see. We'll see if that comes, and I can definitely keep you in the loop with that. But I do know from other people's experience that when they have lost dramatic amounts of weight, that they do have, unfortunately, a different experience from some members of the general public. So I do think it is a thing. Very wrongly, but I do think that is a thing. So for blush, this is my favourite blush. You guys have asked me so many times when I've been wearing this what blush I'm wearing, and it's the Milani Luminoso blush. It's the baked powder blush, and it's so So pretty. It's so glowy and gorgeous. Like, this is my favorite blush of all time at the moment. So I absolutely love it. So let's go, because I'm running out of time. Let's answer some more questions. Things you wish you'd known pre-surgery. By the way, you're doing great. Love your channel. Thank you so, so much. I think, let me think about this whilst I put my blusher on. What do I wish I had known? I wish I had known how much easier the first sort of 5-6 months would be compared to post 6 months. Now, I always knew that the amount I would eat would increase and that some of the cravings would come back and it would become harder work after those first 5-6 months. But I don't think I realised how drastic for me the change would have been. Like, my cravings for chocolate came back, cravings for sweets and crisps. The amount of calories I could eat pretty much doubled. And yes, I'm still not eating anywhere near as much as I used to. I'm on about 1,600 calories at the moment. But I do wish that I had have known that so that I could be a bit more prepared and also just, I don't know, take a bit more advantage of the first 6 months. Not that I didn't do so well, because like I'm 110 pounds down now, which is incredible. And I have to remind myself of that. But I do think that I could have taken advantage a little bit more of the period where it was a lot easier, where I wasn't getting hungry, where I wasn't having cravings. And I don't know if that's just me being hard on myself and coming up to a year and kind of over-analysing what I've managed to achieve when I should be really over the moon with what I've managed to achieve. But I don't know, that's just honestly how I feel. I just wish that, and I'm working on it because I should be happy with what I've done so far. But honestly, I do currently just wish I took advantage of that time a little bit more where it was much easier. It wasn't easy, do not get me wrong, but it was so much easier than it is now. And it's still a lot easier than it was before surgery. Like I said, I'm probably eating at a third of what I used to eat, being honest and realistic with how much I was eating. But I do think I could have maybe just taken advantage of that period a little bit more. Right, for highlighter, I'm going in with the highlighter from the, what is it? FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow. This is just a really nice everyday sort of subtle highlight. It's not crazy, it's not blinding, but it just gives me enough glow. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, maybe you can see it like reflecting in the light. It's just really pretty and subtle and, you know, great for work, which is when I tend to do this makeup the most. So I absolutely love that. Let's see, another question. What's the biggest positive change you've seen from losing weight, non-scale related? For me, without a doubt, let me have a drink. That was cold. Sidebar, anyone else the same as this? Love hot coffee, love purposely cold coffees, like iced coffees, cold coffees. Cannot stand a coffee that has gone cold. Must be a mental thing, surely, because I don't understand it, but cannot do it. Let's use some setting spray before I answer that question. Favourite setting spray of all time is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. Melts my makeup in beautifully. It makes me look gorgeous and dewy and makes my makeup stay all day long. So it's pricey, but I will buy this over and over and over again. Oh, that's so nice because it's so hot. Whilst that dries down, we can answer the question, but honestly, love this so much. All of my friends now have it. It's just so, so good. So the biggest positive change I've seen is my ability to move more. We would not have got a puppy. We would not have got a puppy without me having had this surgery, because I was full of fear, and it was probably quite a reality, that I would not have been able to give that puppy what it needed, because I couldn't walk very much. And what I could do was painful, and I didn't want to do it. And I just knew that I couldn't give the puppy the life it deserved and needed. Now, like I've said before, when we went to Marbella, I walked 5 miles. Granted, Summer can't walk very far at the moment because she's only got little legs and she's only 3.5 months. But I kind of look forward to when we take her on walks. I don't get the fear of dread. I don't do everything I can to get out of it. I kind of, you know, I look forward to it. I love taking her to the park. It's one of my favourite things to do at the end of the day. So whilst I've got a lot of work to do on my fitness and I want to be able to get more and more able and to increase the amounts that I'm doing more and more, for me, that's just been the biggest change. The fact that I can walk without feeling like I'm going to pass out and hurting and being hot and red and sweaty and embarrassed and overwhelmed and just doing everything I can to get out of it. And that was one of my biggest goals, was to be able to do more. And so it's really nice that I'm starting to see that come into fruition. I think that's the saying, and I just cannot wait to see that happen more and more and more. And I do want to be going to the gym more. I've not been very good at doing that in the past couple of weeks, but with me losing more weight and with me working out more, I'm just going to get stronger and more able to go further. And like I said, I still don't think I'm ever going to be the girl that wants to go on a hike. I just don't think that's ever going to be me. It's my idea of hell. It's boring. Why would you want to walk for hours and hours? I know for some people that's like, you know, super fun, but it's just not me. It isn't. But I am now more able to. So I'm looking forward to not having that blocker and having it just be, do I want to or not? Not can I? Do you know what I mean? Like having it be a choice, not a restriction. I think that's it. For eyes, I wanted to show you, you know how I said earlier that I haven't been doing eyeshadow recently? I haven't been doing powder eyeshadow because the problem is with my eczema, well, I don't know if it is eczema that causes it, but I have really watery eyes at the moment. The minute the wind touches my eyes, they water, they stream, they drip, and it ruins whatever powder eyeshadow I've got on my eyes. We went to Harry Styles a couple of weeks ago and it was so amazing, but by the time I'd got there, my eyeshadow was already ruined, like half of it had disappeared. So if I'm going to do eyeshadow, which I don't think I am today, but I wanted to show you anyway, the only thing I'm using at the moment are these KVD Dazzle sticks. These are glittery cream eyeshadows and they do not budge. So if my eye waters, it doesn't matter, they stay where they are. So I've got two shades, so I just wanted to show you these because if I'm doing more glam makeup, this is what I'm using. Without a doubt at the moment, these are what I'm using. So I have the shades Hail Surge, which is a really pretty pink glittery shimmer. So let me swatch this for you. Look how pretty that is. I absolutely adore it. And I also have Electro Bolt, which is a bit more of a, it's not orange, but it's more bronzy. It's a lot more bronzy. Like you can see that is Electric Bolt. And these dry down. They stay really like wet looking and shimmery and glittery. You can sheer them out as well. Like you can see there, like not sheer, but like, you know, not have it as heavy looking, but they last all day. They do not budge. I honestly love these. I get it a little bit on my finger and I tap it on. Highly, highly recommend if you're struggling with watery eyes like I am, because it means that I can do a really pretty look. Like this one's got almost an iridescent like hint to it. I love them so, 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 so much. But for today, we're just going up to Adam's mum, so I'm just going to do some mascara. So let me answer another question before we move on to mascara. Someone's asked me to do an In the Style haul. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that, because I haven't... No, I've done one. I've done one. So let me know if you'd like me to do another one. Someone says, how tiring is having a puppy? Like, honestly, I'd love one. Like I said, I wouldn't have done it before I had lost the weight that I've lost, because I wouldn't have been able to keep up, because she does need a lot of attention, a lot of love, a lot of energy. For mascara, Badgal Bang Benefit, classic, but classic for a reason. I love this mascara. She does require a lot of energy, like getting up, taking her to the toilet, running around with her in the garden, taking her on walks, dealing with her when she's going through her hours at night where she wants to chew and bite. It does take a lot of energy, I'm not gonna lie, but it hasn't been as hard as I thought. And I don't know if that's because Summer is a good puppy, like she's relatively easy, or if it's just that I'd built it up to be so difficult in my head. But I would say it does take a reasonable amount of energy, just being honest. let's go to some more questions. I've probably got time for about 2 more. Okay, yes, I've had a lot of questions about loose skin, so let's talk about that. When I started this journey, I remember saying, if I need to have skin removal surgery, I would, but I'd rather not, and I would do anything to not have the surgery. And really, I feel exactly the same. I am petrified of skin removal surgery, so much more than my actual gastric bypass. I don't know why, but I've got it built up in my head as just something to be absolutely terrified of. And I know that it's going to be hard, but it's not. I'm probably building it up too much, because I've had people tell me who have had skin removal surgery that yes, it's hard and it's painful and it's difficult, but it's not what I'm building it up to be. So I still would rather do anything than have the skin removal surgery if I can. But sorry, my eyelashes are getting clumpy. They never get clumpy with this mascara. What's going on? I think it's because I've just put about 10 layers on. Oh God, it's just gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. So yeah, but I'm being more realistic. And the reality is, with the way that I carry my weight and the low hanging apron stomach that I have, it's gonna affect my quality of life if I don't have skin removal surgery. I think I will have sores from my skin rubbing. And I also think that it will affect my confidence level, and I will have worked so hard to be able to feel good in my body that if skin removal surgery is the last barrier, I'm gonna probably just do it. So I am, at this point in time, probably 90% sure that I'm gonna have to have skin removal surgery of some sort. What that will consist of or look like, I don't know, because I'm still so far away from it happening that I've only just started really like looking into it. There's so many different options, so many different types of like tummy tuck and skin removal surgeries and so on, that I think it's gonna take until I've lost the weight. And I've gone to a doctor and gone, here's my body, what should we do? I think I will without a doubt need a some kind of tummy tuck. I think I will need a breast lift because, oh, TMI, but they saggy. I'm hoping I don't need anything on my back. If I could get away with my arms not being done, I would be so happy. But I do think the top of my legs will need doing, because that's where I'm noticing the loose skin the most, on my legs and on my boobs. Now, I'm not seeing a whole heap of loose skin at this point because, like I said, I've still got a lot of weight to lose. Like, I've probably got 60 to 80 pounds left to lose. Now, I don't know if I will lose all that. I have no idea where my plateau point is going to be at the moment. I'm slowly but surely still losing weight. And I do think you have to hit a certain BMI. I'm not sure what it is, but you do have to hit a certain BMI, and you have to have usually maintained for 6 months before you have the surgery. So it's a long time. We're talking years before I have this surgery. So I've only just started looking into it really. But I do think that it's going to have to happen. I think I'm being a bit more realistic for myself about what I want in life and how I want to feel, and the fact that I don't want to be in pain from loose skin, like getting sores and that sort of thing. So if anyone has had skin removal surgery, I would love to hear about your experience in the comments, because I need to start learning more and start understanding it so that I can get hopefully more of a realistic outlook, a realistic view of what it's going to be like, so I maybe will be a little bit less terrified. I'm going to continue to be terrified, but hey, we can only hope. So, lastly, lips. These went viral on the internet and I love them. It's the Revlon Shine Lips. Oh, so Revlon Super Lustrous Shine Lipsticks. These are like a glowy, glossy lip gloss, but in lipstick formula, and I have 3 shades and I will keep buying these until I probably have all the shades, but they're always out of stock. It's so hard to get hold of them, so I've been lucky that I even got 3. So I'll show you the shades that I've got. So I've got Glossed Up Rose, which is a gorgeous rosy dusky pink, and oh, it's very warm in here, so a lot more just came out than normal. They are relatively sheer on the lips. You can pack them on, and if you've got a more pigmented colour, there is a bit more colour to them, but they are like relatively sheer, glowy, glossy colours. Then I've got Dewy Peach, which is a gorgeous peachy orange. This is really nice. I'm going to be a bit more gentle this time. Like you can see, it's relatively sheer and glowy. And then this one's a bit more pigmented. This is Love Is On, which is more of a hot pink. So yeah, you can see this one's a bit more pigmented, but you can again just sheer it out a little bit more. But they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful on the lips, and drugstore affordable, cheaper lipsticks. I think they're like £8 each, so I will be buying more shades. I think for today I'm going to go for Glossed Up Rose, which is this first shade here. It's just so beautiful on the lips. I do need to be careful because they are like, they melt quite easily with the sun. So yeah, let's put this on. It's really hydrating as well. God, this one's really melted a bit. I should have put some lip balm on because I've got some dry lips right now. Like, how beautiful and glossy and glowy is that? And that is my finished makeup. I'm just going to do a little bit more setting spray to just really, you know, get everything to stay because it's so hot and humid. Right, let me just wash this off my hand, brush my hair, and we will finish up this video. Right, let's give this hair a bit of a brush. I'm just loving how well my hairdresser did. He's such a babe. I'll link him down below in case you're looking for a hairdresser in Leeds, because he is absolutely amazing. I've been going to him for like 1.5 years now, and I just love it. It's called Tom. He's absolutely wonderful. So there we go. That is the finished look. This is my everyday makeup at the moment. Like I said, if I'm going a bit more glam, I will use one of my Dazzle sticks to give me a bit more glitz and glam, and I do alternate between the 3 lipstick shades, but this is pretty much day in, day out how I'm doing my makeup at the moment. So hopefully you might have spotted a product or 2 that you like the look of, and like I said, I'll leave all the links down below in the description box, and hopefully you've enjoyed this little Q&A. If I didn't answer your question, I'm so sorry. I got so many, which I'm really grateful for. So let me know if you want me to do a part 2, answering the rest of the questions that I received, because I'd love to do that. And if there's any questions that you have that you'd like to add to the pile, just pop them in the comments and maybe I'll collate them and do a part 2. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I've got 15 minutes till we need to leave. Wow, I'm actually done ahead of time. I am quite impressed with myself. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you could give it a like, I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye!